The San Diego luxury market is still alive and kicking. Here with the scoop is real estate professional from Whissel Realty. Please welcome Joe Corbisiero.
The San Diego luxury market, lots of opportunities, a lot going on. Here to talk with us today, my buddy Joe Corbisiero is here. What's up, Joe?
How you doing, brother?
All right,
Really
looking
good.
fresh, dude.
I know. We talk
Dang.
about luxury market. I
go
gotta
to-
show up with a luxury suit.
The luxury suit.
Looking sharp, you too. Look at that.
Yeah, you like the pink and
I
purple
love it.
action?
I
All right,
love it.
all right, good stuff. So let's dive into it, because when we say luxury market, we're talking probably what, above 2 million?
Yeah, let's see. 2 million up,
2 million up. But it used to be, it was $1 million up.
million up. Things changed.
Things changed.
Things changed rapidly.
Now we say 2 million up. Now, when you start talking about having $2 million to spend in San Diego, you get a lot of options, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
It depends. Okay. So first of all, let me start with the fact that my point of view of luxury market might be different than a luxury, somebody that only works luxury, because they don't know the difference of $500,000 and $600,000 properties. They just work the 3, 4, and ultra luxury market. Okay. So for me, because I do both, I really have a good point. I can see the difference between, I want to say, the average people, that they're buying nowadays, and the others that actually have an opportunity of buying the $2, $3 to $4, $5 million home.
By the way, where I'm from in Missouri, 500,000 or 600,000 is luxury.
Right.
I mean, like if you have 500,000 to spend on a house, I'll show you pictures on the way out today. What 500,000 get you in my hometown?
It's a castle. Huh?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. The whole neighborhood.
I know.
So perspective definitely matters. But people come into the San Diego market, the luxury buyers. I know you've been working with some buyers recently who were pretty well off. They were looking at $4, $5, $6 million houses.
Correct.
I mean, what did you see when you were going to look at these $4, $5, $6 million houses?
So it's ridiculous, man. You see some properties. San Diego is definitely one of the most beautiful places on earth. People that know me come from Italy, and I appreciate this place a lot. I mean, I've seen some properties here that are mind-blowing, seriously. From La Jolla to Rancho Santa Fe and Del Mar and Carlsbad and so forth. I mean, I sold a few homes in Encinitas by the coast in Carlsbad, over $2 million. Now we're working on something in Rancho Santa Fe. It's a little different what buys in Rancho Santa Fe versus La Jolla with $3 to $4 million, Well, but I have to say, it's the attention to details. That's
the difference?
That's one of the most important things that when you talk about ultra luxury. We used to show properties in the $500,000, $600,000. You see a little chip paint, or you see not a perfect job alignment as far as tiles when they get laid down. That doesn't exist in a $2, $3 million. It's geometrically perfect. Everything is impeccable. When you do the home inspection, it's nearly impeccable. It's important. It's interesting even when you do comps. Property next door can be worth $500,000 less or more than the subject property, because there's less of a view, or it's a less appealing entrance, or the facade is different. I mean, it's totally different. Seriously, in the ultra luxury, each property, it's unique. So you got to work what you have and do the best job you can to either negotiate a better price or sell it for top dollars.
So how do you navigate that then? I mean, let's say as a buyer, I know you've been working with buyers. How do you differentiate? Is it just simply put down, hey, this is the type of buyer who's going to buy what he or she wants, and that's it? And you don't really advise, oh, okay, this is good resale. Is it a totally different mindset?
Totally different. So first of all, when I work with my buyers in the ultra luxury, they have their own sheet which they score property per property, each single property. Okay.
You give them the sheet?
No, they create their own. I have some samples which I offer to my clients, and they customize in the way they want. A lot has to do with price tag, nearest restaurants and supermarket and so forth, views, space and conditions, and emotional attachment. They add something that other people don't, which is the emotional attachment to a property, which is quite interesting. You're never going to have
so they're aware of it.
Yes. So there's so many things that they score for each section to make sure they're making the right decision, okay? Some of them, they just get into one property and they just fall in love with it, and that's about it. It's not about price anymore. It's about having that property. They must have that property. Others, they're more conscientious like us. They want to save some money, so they put a bid on one property and another property and so forth, try to get the best deal possible. I had some clients that probably showed 30 to 40 homes. So, and others I showed 3 homes. And they just pick one for 2.8. So it depends, it really depends. But what I know is they're savvy. They know what they want. And you're not really selling anything. What do you need to know? You have to be an expert. You have to know all the facts about the area. You need to know the nearest restaurant. You need to know how long will it take to go on the freeway with traffic or without traffic. They want to know the details. For instance, showing property the bridges, you have to know how many units how many properties are inside the bridges. What does the bridges offer you? Do they have security? Is the trash pickup all the way to the curb, or can they come all the way to the garage? Should they offer a service to move the trash cans from the garage to the curb? Make sense? I mean, we're talking about some serious details, and obviously I don't know all the answers, so you have to be honest too. It's like, what, I get to you, give me a couple of seconds. And you pick up the phone, call somebody on my team, and we'll figure it out. It's interesting, man. It's another ball game. It's very rewarding. It's not just about money. It really, these people are real humans. Real human beings just like us. It doesn't matter, or doesn't mean because they're multi-millionaire, they're different. They have different face or different eyes or whatnot. They're just really smart. And when we work with really smart people, you have to perform and you have to be on your A game at all times.
Yeah, and you like that.
I love it. I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy it because, and then, you create this beautiful relationships. One of my clients, my past clients, is an hedge fund guy and so smart. And every once in a while I call him, I say, so what do you think? Where we going? And we have a chat. And so same thing, he asked me about real estate. I said, what do you think? Should I buy another home? Should I not? And I'm honest, there's some areas I think they're a little inflated. Other areas it's a buyer's market. Like for instance, talking about diving into the pricing of luxury homes and whatnot. In Rancho Santa Fe, in my opinion, is a buyer's market.
There's some good deals in there for what you can get.
Yeah, man.
It's incredible.
I mean, you can get 8,000 square feet and at $3 million. That's great. Nice, beautiful home built, 2006, 2007, 2008. I mean, the 2000s. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're not going to find anything like that in La Jolla.
No. It's much older, the stuff in La Jolla.
Exactly.
Much older.
And more expensive and so forth. So it's interesting, when we talk about luxury market, it is true though, I got to tell you, we are in the lowest, in the last 13 years, this is the lowest inventory we had in the luxury market. So that's an indication of people are buying.
Yeah, they're buying. And when these people buy, are they, for the most part, is it similar process or is it less financing, it's more cash and...
Mostly cash.
Mostly cash.
Yeah.
That's the part that's crazy to me. So it's not only that, hey, I can afford to buy a $4 million house, but by the way, we can close in 10 days.
So the ones that they have a lot of money invested and they're like in hedge funds or they're CEOs of large companies and whatnot, they do like to have a little bit of mortgage, or I would say 50% mortgage, so they can write off something, if you know what I mean. But the majority really they pay cash.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
Just crazy. I mean, I think it's crazy when I see all the cash that gets thrown around and they buy, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and OB for $800,000 cash, and it goes in 4 days, and it's just like, what is going on? But when you're talking about, millions of dollars that people are buying these properties cash, I mean, that's a crazy different deal than what you're normally working with in a home buying situation.
Like I said, it's a different ball game. I mean, you have to be on your A game. You have to really, I think a lot has to do with attention to details. There might be, when you have vines on the facade of a home and you have these little things on the wall that holds the vines, for instance. A lot of homes still have that because they remove the vines that could be affecting, the stucco outside. Something like that will be bothering so much a buyer that he might walk away just for that.
Be just unconscionable.
Because they want things done, you know what I mean? It's like they're running multi-million-dollar, businesses, and they know what they want. That's how it is. So I think it's a little different when you're working with a $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 buyer, or even $300,000. You're leading it more, so because you explain the things how they are, where the market is heading, and yada yada yada. When you work in an ultra luxury market, they know better than you. They do. And somebody's got $20-30 million in the bank. That guy's smart. He's smart. I mean, if he's buying a $4 million cash, he's a smart man or woman, whatever. So they know the economy very well. They have financial advisors, they have attorneys. I mean, you actually deal with them. So you have an understanding that these people are really, really smart. So you don't need to talk about the market, what we're heading to and whatnot. They might ask you and you want to know the answers. Yes. They want to know the details about the local market. You don't have to talk about San Diego. If it's La Jolla, you have to know all about La Jolla. So it's a growing experience for me too, because every time, obviously I don't just deal with the luxury market, I do a little bit of both. And for me, it's a lot of studying, a lot of analyzing, the market, and call my fellow colleagues that they only deal with the luxury market and whatnot. So, and again, I have a different perspective because I come from both, so I can see the market what is heading in the in the $500,000-$600,000, and then when it's heading to $3, $4, $5 million, which is cool.
Really, yeah, it's very, very cool, and it's been really cool watching you grow as an agent. You've really perfected your craft, Joe Corbisiero.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
my friend,
man.
for coming in today and sharing a little behind-the-scenes action
Yeah.
as far as what's going on in the San Diego luxury market. Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else. Commercial free.